If English isn't your first language, it's hard getting your ideas out of your head at work, especially because you don't want to say anything rude or culturally unacceptable. When you worry about how to be polite, it makes expressing yourself clearly even harder, because now you have to worry about all of this stuff.
Would you mind sending me the report?
Don't you think your presentation could be a little shorter?
If you get the chance, could you send me that file?
I'm sorry, if you wouldn't mind, perhaps you would be so kind, please. Thank you very much, sir. You sound weak. But what if I told you that you don't have to do any of that, and that as a non-native speaker, you have a secret advantage in English at work? And I'm going to tell you what it is. You see, there are 3 levels of communication, but this is your secret advantage. You actually have an advantage that native speakers don't, but most people never realise it. Now, we'll get there, but it sits at the top, and we've got to unlock levels 1 and 2 first. Let's do it. Meet Alyssa, a lawyer from Colombia. Intelligent, hardworking, and gorgeous. That might get me in trouble later. But in her last performance review, her boss in the USA said, Alicia needs to speak up more in meetings. Now, Alyssa heard that and thought, stop calling me Alicia. And yeah, I am a bit quiet in meetings. I'm not afraid to share. I just don't always have something to say. But here's the thing. Participation is important. If you're silent, they think you're nervous or useless. So I told her, look, it's hard to join in after 20 minutes of silence. After the introductions, make sure you say something, anything, within the first 2 minutes. I call it the 2-minute rule. Joining in is like catching a moving train. As it first pulls away, it's easy. But as it builds speed, it becomes impossible. And you're left at the station. The longer a meeting goes without you participating, the harder it gets to enter the discussion. So level 1 is visibility. Silence is interpreted as incompetence. You might as well go and make the tea. But visibility alone doesn't matter if you don't unlock level 2. Meet Katia, a project manager from Poland. What type of projects does she manage? I don't know. People never say. She says, I try to share my ideas, but I always get interrupted when I'm talking. Let's hear her in action. I was thinking that because we are having many problems and there is little time, that maybe we should delay the launch and then we might... Thanks, Katia. That'll do. I told Katia to do 3 things before she opens her mouth. 1, pause to draw people's attention. And in that pause, breathe. A deep breath through your nose into your abdomen. This will remove that nervous energy. And know your first 5 words. Prepare so you enter unapologetically with something like, we should delay the launch. I propose delaying the launch. I propose. Or let's delay the launch. Let's. When you know your first 5 words, you can start with the decision, then add the story. That's how you make people take you seriously and stop the interruptions. And that gives you level 2, clarity. Wow, John, it's really starting to take shape. Yeah, I know. We've got visibility and clarity. Now can we unlock the secret advantage? We sure can. This is a powerful move, and non-native speakers can do it even better than native speakers. Meet May, a data analyst from Japan. She watched all the business English advice on YouTube before transferring to London, and she learned that the most important thing is politeness. She was terrified of being rude. Listen to her in action with her boss. Hey May, is your team still on target for the launch date?
Yes, sir. I think it's very interesting. And maybe if it is possible, we could perhaps consider adding a little bit more time, just in case. Sorry.
Listen, May, I'm not saying intentionally to be rude or mistreat people. I'm saying drop the politeness and be direct. This is the superpower for non-native speakers because it disarms native speakers in a way that other native speakers can't do. We're governed by a lot of social norms and unwritten rules that make it harder to be super direct for us in English. as a non-native speaker, you can get away with much more directness. And there's just something about a strong, confident foreigner telling me what to do that makes me sit up and listen.
Amor, where are you?
Let's see if May could improve. May, is your team still on target for the launch date?
We need more time. The timeline is too tight.
Much better. May's manager doesn't have to try and guess what she means. And together, they might be able to actually do something about the problem. So abandon unnecessary politeness. And you get 2 benefits. It makes the language much easier. Now you can say, I need the report today, instead of, do you think you'd be able to finish the report today? And it makes the message land much harder. And people actually understand what you need. Now you're participating and have visibility. You get to the point and have clarity of ideas. And you're direct. When you put these powerful tips into action, you're communicating with authority. Fantastic. But you still have a big problem. If your mouth can't move fast enough to keep up with your thoughts, well, the whole thing falls down. So watch this video next to get those words flowing smooth and fast under pressure.